Hey there, this is Sunny, and today I thought we would go over a very common question that I happen to be getting a lot more lately, which is, can I go off grid with my home? Or how do I go off grid with my home? And so we'll kind of start there, which is sometimes people, when they say off grid, they really are trying to ask, how do I incorporate a battery to my existing solar system, or can we do a solar project and include a battery or batteries? They aren't talking about being completely removed, middle of the desert or in the mountains, rural area, and no access to the grid at all. But we can do that as well. So the big thing that you'll want to consider when you are considering investing into storage in a battery is, first of all, I won't hide it, I can't hide from it, is a battery or batteries are expensive. So you do get 26% federal tax credit as long as that battery is installed by December 31st, 2020, which, if that's the case, if that's what you're going for, we got to get that project moving now. Otherwise, January 1st through December 31st, 2021, there will be a 22% federal tax credit, in addition to any state tax credits there may be. And in Arizona, there is a flat $1,000 available through December 2021. But on and after January 1st, 2022, there are no tax credits. So this equipment is expensive, and after 2022, you won't be able to count on getting government assistance from the federal government. So the primary reason that a homeowner wants a battery is because it is the latest and greatest, most sophisticated technology in the marketplace. It guarantees electricity. So if you have medical equipment or servers in the home or anything in the house that you want to ensure that there is uninterrupted power, you'll need a battery. So if the grid ever goes down, and you have a solar or even a battery, standalone battery, you will have electricity contained at your home to pull from if that grid is unreliable or down. So obviously, with everything going on in Northern California right now, a lot of homeowners are buying batteries, and it really isn't because they're cool and latest and greatest technology, state of the art, all that. It's because PG&E has become so unreliable, the grid, the utility company, and the fires, the transformer problem they had. Homeowners are being forced, if they want electricity, they have to have solar and they have to have batteries. And so there's a couple of different ways that you can incorporate batteries into your solar project, your home, or even go off grid. First of all, there's a few different types, which there are the lead acid batteries, which are less expensive, which are traditionally used more in off-grid properties that are cabins, rural, hard to get to. Like if we, do a solar configuration with battery backup for a cell tower, or some kind of municipal property, or fish and game, to power water pumps, signs, things like that, or cabins, they'll use lead acid batteries. Now, these batteries are less expensive. They also have a shorter life cycle, and you can always add to them. You can, build onto that project, and they do require some maintenance, but going into it you expect that, and you're taking that on because of the difference in price. Next level of battery is your lithium batteries, which are Tesla. We are a Tesla Powerwall certified installer. We had the foresight in January 2020 to order 300 Powerwalls, and we're one of the few in Arizona that actually have Powerwalls inventoried right now. We're down to a little more than 50, but we still have them. So we've got contractors all around the country calling us, trying to, see if we'll let go of our inventory, which we're not going to, because they're in such high demand right now. And so you've got your Tesla Powerwall. You've also got, here's another couple configurations. And a Tesla Powerwall is about 3.5 by 3 feet. This kind of gives you, some perspective. And one Powerwall really won't do much for you. It'll keep the microwave going, it'll keep your lights on, the TV's on, internet router and modem on, refrigerator plugged in, and that's it. So if you want air conditioning or maybe your furnace in the winter, you're going to need multiple batteries, multiple Powerwalls, and again, they aren't cheap. And in this category, lithium battery, we sell LG and Tesla Powerwall, which both are awesome. Both are very sophisticated. Technology in your hand. If you can access the internet, you can see how much electricity is stored on the battery, how much you have, and real time it's making decisions of, pulling in electricity, distributing it if you need it. It's state of the art. Is the best you can buy. And then the final tier, which is lithium iron phosphate, which is very sophisticated. It is expensive. It's kind of a bad picture, but it gives you, it's about as big as a refrigerator. And so you have to find somewhere in your garage, in your home, where you could put it. And this is the Sonnen Tech, but also there's another premier manufacturer, Stores, which also is lithium iron phosphate. They get very sophisticated with AI, real-time, decision making and distributing power within your home. So, the first thing you're going to want to do if you have an existing solar project, or you're ready to go solar with batteries, is we're going to have a conversation of, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? Because if you're saying, hey, I don't want to sacrifice any lifestyle or comfort, you're going to need 4, 5, maybe 6 Powerwalls here in Arizona, because it's very common for people to use 5 or 6 times the amount of power in August, September, October than they do January, February, March. It's why we live in Arizona. The climate's beautiful. You hardly need power November through May because it's so nice. You're not using the furnace, you're not using the AC, very little. And then in the summer we spike. So if you're saying, hey, I want to keep my pool pump going, ACs, 2 of them going, no sacrifice with anything in the home, you're going to need a handful of Powerwalls. And again, this isn't batteries and storage really are not an investment. Solar ROI, we can pencil it out how long it will take for you to return on your investment. Once we throw a battery into the mix, it's really not a good investment decision. You're doing it, which is why people are looking at this, is they're wanting peace of mind with everything going on in the world right now. People are wanting assurance that if the grid were down for a few days, or I hear some pretty fearful comments, and ideas behind why people are going solar. And you guys know what political climate we're going into. And I'm not claiming that that's going to happen, but if it did, people want an assurance that, hey, no matter what happens, I'll be able to power, my internet, lights, keep an AC unit going downstairs, and you can flip it real time, move it to upstairs at night. If you want both on, like I said, it gets expensive. So, it's really easy. It's a really easy concept. Is during the day, obviously sunlight is hitting your solar panels, creating electricity. That electricity in DC is sent to the inverter, converted into AC, and then whatever you're needing at the time, your solar system is powering your home. You're literally taking sun from the sky, powering your home. Whatever you don't use during the day, first it's sent to the battery, so you charge that baby, and then second, it's going to go back to the grid. And if you're in a utility like APS that does give, they actually pay the homeowner per kilowatt hour. Some utilities in California, Texas, Florida, they do net metering, which Arizona used to participate in, where they give unit for unit. You overproduce 1 kilowatt hour, it goes back on the grid. They give you a credit of 1 kilowatt hour. That way, when you, maybe at night, you exhaust your battery, then you'll pull from that grid, which would all be credits that you built up during a time when you're overproducing. And then here's another little graphic to highlight that, so you can see the arrows going back now. Everything is ran through your home's main electrical panel. So first you're going to pull from that battery, when the sun goes down, and then if you did need any more power for some reason, you would pull from the grid, which you are going to be interconnected with. And there's been a lot of discussion about, at least here in Arizona and in other states, is it even legal to go off grid? Well, it is legal, but it is very expensive, very challenging, and it really depends on that city. The city does have jurisdiction over whether or not you can just disconnect and, self-power, solar and batteries. Now, in a situation of the zombie apocalypse, and you've got the equipment, it's pretty easy just to bypass the meter and run completely off your solar system and batteries if you have the equipment. That's going to be the key. So if you have solar and you're considering investing in batteries, adding batteries, you want to know how many it would take to accommodate your comfort and lifestyle, let me know. If you don't have solar, if you don't have batteries, we'll have that discussion of whether or not you need a battery right now, because one thing is certain is as time goes on, your battery capacity is going to increase. So maybe you won't need, in Arizona, like Phoenix, 5 or 6 batteries to, offset your home. And, expenses will come down. But we're also going to sacrifice that tax credit, which right now the federal government is paying over a quarter for the equipment that we put on your home if you qualify for that tax credit, which most people do. But in SRP, if you're an SRP homeowner, they actually have some rebate money available right now, meaning you get the tax credit. Also, SRP, will send you a couple $1,000 for installing a battery at your house. If you're APS, good news. This spring of 2021, they're also going to have some rebate money available for homeowners that choose to install a battery. So, this is the latest, greatest, most sophisticated, high-tech, bad A technology in the marketplace. I mean, it is awesome. So, and everything coming after is following the lead of the battery, meaning, more and more vehicles our electric vehicles, which is basically a battery on wheels. And, you know, more utilities are starting to create microgrids and encourage their homeowners to back up, because the bottom line is, folks, is we're putting more demand on the grid than we ever have. I mean, everything we have needs to be charged. We've got more and more people moving into homes needing power. The temperatures are increasing, so it may not pencil like you know, get a, you know, guaranteed 10% annual rate of return like on a solar system, but it does allow you to have comfort that if there are certain things in your home that you want to protect, you know, even if that means your comfort, you know, this equipment would be able to do that for you. So my name is Sonny, and I'm Sonny the Solar Guy. That's God's little joke. We install in California, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Florida, Arizona, of course, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Missouri, and Colorado, and Utah just added. So if you live in any of those states, or if you have a friend or a family member in any of those states and they would like for me to review how they use electricity and what they'd like to do, I'm happy to work with them. Myself or a member of my team will build a proposal, and we'll let them know if solar and batteries is the solution that they're hoping that it would be. We're not afraid to tell you that, hey, this isn't for you. And we do offer 100% zero out-of-pocket financing for homeowners that qualify. And in order to qualify, you just have to have a 620 credit score or higher, and we'll get you powered with using a renewable energy resource, the sun, powering your home and guaranteeing that you have uninterrupted power. So if I can help in any way, please let me know. Again, my name is Sonny. Have a great day.